Hey, my name is PolishLynx. Welcome to second episode of Sakura MMO Extra. 1 week later, apparently. We are 1 week into the future. Viola! It's good to see you. Ah, not you too. I go by the name of Violet when I'm Linton, remember? I wouldn't want my presence to ruin your guild reputation. Oh yeah, sorry. Maid grins. She doesn't look all abashed by her gaff. I guess it doesn't matter what she calls me since there is nobody else in the guild. She could address me as Satan for all anybody would care. But it's better to be careful. I don't want to get complacent. Honestly, Maid rests her elbows against her counter, idly toying with her hair as she does so. My guild's reputation is as good as ever, but business has been pretty slow the last few months. There's a few monsters that have been caught roaming about the forest, but there aren't any... But aren't half as many as there used to be. Things has been very quiet. No, that's understatement. It's totally dead. There is like nothing for me to do. Are we the only adventurers who stop by on a frequent basis? Yep. I left Holly in charge of the guild yesterday, and she said not a single person dropped by. I'm glad Asaph seems to be at peace for the time being. But I imagine it must be rather dull for you. Too much light? I think so. Yes, now it's better. Have I moved it? I don't know if I moved it previously or what. Whatever. But I imagine it must be rather dull for you. It's very dull. I love chatting to people now. It's super fun when this place is swarming with adventurers, so I can listen on all the juicy gossip. This is no fun at all, it's like the exact opposite. I'm so bored. So you care more about your own amusement than the welfare of others. You're so amoral. Never frowns. And it isn't polite to eavesdrop on other people's private conversations. You're a Linton's guild mistress. You should act with more decorum. Nah, I don't need no stuffy decorum. What's that good for anyway? You can barter it, or trade it, or eat it. Another text message from the bank. What are your New York resolutions? We can help you with a loan. Here is my New Year resolution once again. Don't take a loan. Fucking hell. Ever. This is my life resolution, actually. Sides! Aileen has refinement and dignity enough for the two of us. She's a proper little lady. When I'm with her, I almost feel like nobility. You don't like it before. Maybe that's good that she doesn't act like most nobility. I mean, Aileen is a special case. She's a good nobility. But let's face it, most of them would be trash. Harsh reality. Well, the world would be boring if we're all the same. Variety. It's the spice of life. Space of life, wow. I thought you'd understand that never, being a darkling. My race has nothing to do with anything. You say that, but... I mean... Back in the day, just a difference in ranks? That would be kind of similar, to be honest. Never pouts, her tail, which protrudes beneath the hem of her ruffy skirt, shifts perhaps in embarrassment. Neve is a member of the Darkling race. They look largely humanoid, save for their horns and tails, but they aren't humans, not like me, Fion, Or are we actually human in this game? Now that I think about it, she's a witch. But then again, I think she's a human as well. Well, mostly. She just has gone into dark magic, right? So I think I'm correct over here by adding, not like me, not like Fion, or Maid. Or Aleri. Unless you means literally just the girls that are from this world. So yeah, we are not counted. Darklings have more stamina than most people do, and they have a natural aptitude for fearsome dark magic. The fallen goddess, Yona, was... I don't know why I'm riding somehow constantly. The fallen goddess Yona was a Darkling herself, and as such, the people of Asaph tend to dislike the Darkling race. Bastards. Darklings are often shunned, and they are roundly regarded as thieves, crooks, and criminals. Before never became... Sounds like Polish people. When you go abroad. Before never became my mate, she was subject to a lot of scorn on the regular. She didn't have a very easy life, which might explain why she's so mistrustful and quick to anger. She's mellowed out a bit after spending so much time with me, but she prefers to keep her distance from other humans. So good, so good. Never starting to look else awkward. Also, so good because I have honey in the tea. Maybe I should change the subject. Maybe. Do you have any quests for us today, Maid?
None, I'm afraid. There is nothing going on. So I gave holiday off. There is no point having her hang around like a lemon while nothing to do.
Is that a saying? Hanging like a lemon?
I was wondering where my sis went. Did she go for a walk?
Probably. She likes wandering about. She works hard when she has to, but I don't think she likes being tied down. Now that sounds like somebody else I know very well. Ellie glanced at Fion, who grins.
Well, you know what they say, like big sister, like little sister.
Isn't the saying like mother, like daughter?
Yeah, but I never knew my mom. She died when I was a baby, did you know?
I'm not sure if I ever heard the tale, no. Forgive if I said something thoughtless. I did not intend to hurt your feelings.
It's okay. If I never told you, you wouldn't know. It's not like you can read minds. Anyways.
Fion stretches. I freaking love Fion.
I don't feel too bad about Mom's death. It's like I ever knew her. You can miss what you've never had, right?
I mean, that makes sense.
I think her passing away was harder on Holly than it was on me. But Holly did her best to look after me. She's always been on my side. She's like big sister and mother, all rolled into one. She basically raised me because Dad was always so busy, so I guess it makes sense we'd be similar.
You look very similar too. You both have tanned skin and lovely golden hair. You make quite a picturesque couple.
Why, thank you,
Never pouts. Are you sure you should be flirting with other girls, Maid, when you have Aileen? Would she not be jealous?
Aileen won't mind. She knows it's just the way I am. I can't help but compliment cuties when I see them. Sights.
Maid grins.
You're the last person who should question my relationship, never. Ain't you in a pretty complicated relationship for yourself? Aren't I lovey-dovey with Viola over there?
So what if we are? Never winds her arms through mine. Violet's wonderful person. It's a natural woman flock to her. It'd be strange if she didn't have a harem, given how attractive she is. I'm proud to be both her mate and her girlfriend.
I'd go as far as never, but Viola's not fun to be with. I like her, and I don't mind sharing her.
I'm rather fond of Viola. I mean, Violet too. She's nicer than she looks, and though she can be stern, she's always fair. Her courage and determination are inspiring. I've learned a lot through being by her side. I've not begrudged Neve or Fion for spending time with Viola. We have endured a lot together, and we understand one another better than anybody else. Our relationship might be unusual, but I don't think there is anything wrong with it.
My.
Maid grins.
You all sound so passionate. You must love Violet a lot.
Yeah, we do. We all adore her, but nobody adores her more than I do.
Well, I'll be. When I heard we were all in a relationship, I wasn't sure if it was gonna work. I was certain one of you would get jealous, and then you'd have a huge falling out. But it's been 6 months now, and you're just as close as ever. Being fawned over by just one, but 3 cute girls sound pretty nice. I'm jealous.
Don't tell Eileen that, or you'll make her cry.
I'm not so sure about that. Her self-esteem is a lot better than it was. She's not the same shy girl she used to be. She's quite confident now. As a matter of fact, she's come a long way.
Maid smiles to herself. I wonder if we'll get to see Eileen again. Would be nice.
I guess nice, as a harp sounds.
Eileen is the only one for me after all. I'm so siding with Maid on this option. I don't know if I could love anybody else as much as I love her. I don't have the energy. Same. I would like my energy to go for one person.
How can you keep so many girls satisfied, Violet? What's your secret?
Not over here. I'm the Dark Witch. There is nothing I can do. Hard work and mutual trust. The power of love and friendship.
I don't want to say that, but let's go with it.
Achievement logged. Wide-eyed idealist. Through the power of love and friendship, of course. What else? When we're together, there is nothing we can't accomplish.
That's exactly how I feel. We all love each other a bunch, like bow! That's how relationships should be. Every day's fun when I'm with Viola.
Really now? That is interesting. Your relationship sounds complicated, but when you praise it too, you make it sound very simple. Well, since there is nothing else to do, you girls might as well enjoy yourself. Why don't you go on the date? It'd be a better use of time than hanging around here with nothing to do. Maybe does have a point. If there are no quests to take, I might as well leave. But that would be distinctly anticlimactic. We came all the way out here and I'd rather not... That's how it was supposed to be. Go back with nothing to show for it. Are you sure there is anything we can do, maybe? Anything at all? I don't mind how small it is. I just want to be useful.
Well, let me see. Now that you mentioned, I have been working on a little something.
A little something?
That's right. Since the guild's been so slow, I figured it might be fun if I opened up another business to keep me busy.
Wouldn't that be hard to juggle inside your responsibilities at as the guild's mistress?
Nah, it'll be fine. Holly can look after the guild for me whenever I'm not available, so manpower shouldn't be a problem. The money's no matter either. I have quite a lot of savings stashed away. And Aileen is rather wealthy herself. She offered to help me pay for any unforeseen expenses. With 2 revenue streams, I should be able to make bank. It's win-win all around. I bought a new home in Linton for my new business, and I've been busy refurbishing it with Aileen over the last few months. I think it looks pretty nice.
So that's why you've been absent from the guild lately. I had wondered where Maid had to go. I guess I know the answer now. She's been preparing, same. Her secret second business on the sly. Now I wonder, what is this second business of yours supposed to be? Some sort of shop? Since Aiden's involved in this venture, I imagine it would be something sweet and homey. A florist, or perhaps a bakery. Both these environments would suit Aiden to a T.
We're close, but not quite there. My new business is, in actual fact...
Maid rams her hands on the desk to build up suspense. A few seconds pass, and then...
a Maid Café.
They didn't see that coming. Silence descends. All four of us look at Maidie, our expressions blank and uncomprehending. In the end, Fion's the one who pipes up first. She frowns and says,
"The cafe bit I understand, but what's a Maid Café?"
"It's a cafe where all the waitresses dress up in cute, frilly maid costumes. They greet their clientele with welcome, sir, madame, and they say farewell with a courtesy and humble, thank you for patronage, please come back soon." Cafes like this have been popping up all Asaph these last few months. Turns out people really want to be waited on hands and foot by cute maids. It's a little bit of playing pretend, but it can soothe the heart. I know, but I feel like it would be nice to see a cafe where, you know, the people serve you in maid outfits and so on, but what she said is a bit far, you know, waited on handed food, that's too far. Anyway, who'd want a super cute maid at their beck and call?
How perfectly repulsive.
Never sniffs.
I have heard of these maid cafes, but I cannot regard the women who work there as real maids.
Because they aren't.
They do not understand how much hard work and sacrifice gone into being a competent servant. The little girls playing pretend in these silly cafes can never even hope to match the dedication of a true maid like myself. When they don the attire of a maid, they do so only in jest. They are not real maids. Their existence is a mockery. They spit in the face of servants like myself. I will never condone such a thing.
Oh dear. Maidie clicks her tongue.
I take it you're not enthused by my new business venture, Neve? Hardly.
Neve turns her nose up in the air.
Real maids are not so fickle that they serve dozens of customers a day in half-hour segments each. Real maids take one master, and one master alone, for years and years, and they pledge their heart to them.
What if they are underpaid for?
These shop maids make me feel sick.
Wow.
You sure sound fired up. I would be a poor maid if I was not. I'm very passionate about my job. I can tell. It's kind of impressive. But it is a pity. I was starting to get in my head, you know, that it might be fun if you four girls helped me out.
Help you out? How?
I'll save that for later. For now, though.
Maidie grins.
Would you like to take a look at the cafe? It's almost fully furnished and I'm quite proud of it. It's my baby. Why would I want to step foot in a place like that?
Neves goes.
I believe I have made it apparent that I have no interest in maid cafes. In fact, my interest in them is negative. Oh, come on, Neve. Don't be like that. I'm not asking for your soul or anything. You might as well be. My soul is that of a maid's, and I do not want anything tarnishing it. I'm not going to tarnish you. I just want to show off my new cafe. I thought you'd be interested. I've poured my sweat, blood, and tears into this new establishment. Want to take a look? Just a sneaky peek. I don't know much about maid cafes, but I'm kinda curious.
I would not be opposed to the idea there. It does sound like fun. Unlike Dev, I'm not opposed to the concept of maid cafes. I even frequented a few myself back in time.
What? Milady.
I guess, never takes a step back. Her eyes are so wide they look like dinner plates.
What do I lack that these false maids provide? In what points did their service triumph over my own? Please let me know what I have done wrong, and I'll do my best to change.
Ah, gee. I should have known this would happen. Neve's kind of neurotic. Yeah, I went to these cafes before. I came to Asaph and met you. I've not been to a maid cafe since. I didn't even know they had them here.
Ah, I see. That is better. I was beginning to worry. For now I'm curious. Are there maid cafes in Japan too?
Yep, there is a whole lot of them. They are pretty popular.
I see. So, the scourge of false maids is more dire than I thought. What about you, Yuri? Have you also partaken in these so-called cafes? I never have. No, it's kind of embarrassing. There's not really a place for a woman to go on their own.
I wouldn't say that.
Puh!
I snorted. I used to go on my own all the time. I never once got embarrassed. There is nothing shameful about basking in the company of cute girls.
Well, that's easy for you to say. You don't seem to care about what anybody thinks of you. As for me, on the other hand, I don't think I'll be able to handle the cruise stares and whispers.
Does that mean you wanted to go to a maid cafe then?
Yes, I did. It's painful to admit, but it's true. I've always wanted to one of those cafes, and I want cute maid to call me mistress and throw hearts on my omelette in ketchup. But I've never been able to pluck up the courage. I don't want to be called a weirdo. I was sure if I did that, everybody would know I like women, and then I'd be ostracized.
You say that, but it's like you had many friends as it was.
Oof!
Ellery winces.
That stinks. But it's true. After why I was so upset with appearances. My life in Japan was a dull one. I might as well have had some fun.
Well, you can have much more fun as you want now. Now we're in Asaph. Nobody will judge you. And they will. I will raise them. You never got a chance to go to a maid cafe before, but we can fix that now.
Does that mean you'll come and check out my business?
I'll be more than happy to. I've been dying for something fun to do. This is exactly what I need.
Nice! Oh, this place is bigger than I thought it'd be! It's all light and airy, and looks fancy too.
Fion glances about Maid Café and please the light, as do the rest of us. True to Fion's words, Maid Café is quite spacious. It's the sort of place I can imagine coming to, book in hand, to while away the hours.
Hey, I think you're a fan of my new store at least, Fion. But what about the rest of you? Has my impeccable sense of interior decor managed to steer your hearts? It does look very lovely, yes. It's very elegant. I'm partial to the interior decor too. It seems a shame to waste so pleasant space on a maid cafe. Why can this not be a regular cafe instead? Cause that's no fun! I want to see cute girls wearing frilly dresses and headbands. So that's your reason.
There pulls a face.
You're such a pervert. So if I am, there is nothing wrong with that. Least I'm open about it.
So, I have not written down the choice. What was it? Something about proud of friendship, right? Power of friendship. So about you. Sorry. So about you. What about you, Viola? Do you like it? The name is Violet, first of all. And yes, I do. It is very charming. Alright. I'm 444. Of course, I knew you'd like that. That goes without saying, but I'm glad for the confirmation. It makes me feel like all this was really worthwhile. Hopefully my guests will like it too, when this place officially opens for business. For that won't be for a little while yet. Why? This place looks finished to me. This place is finished, but there is a problem. I don't have any staff yet. I was going to hire some girls from Linton, but I've since reconsidered. Actually, I've just hit upon a really good idea. Which is... Why should I hire some new girls I've never spoken to, when I know a bunch of cute girls looking for work already? What? Oh no! Never takes a step back. Surely you don't mean...
But I do!
There aren't any quests to take at the guild. You girls must have been bored out of your skulls. Since it's been so quiet, I figured I might as well cut you a deal. Why don't you come and work for me as my maids instead? You're all very pretty, but I'm sure you look prettier still dressed up in frills and ribbons. There aren't any nicer looking girls across Linton. I'd wager... apart from Aileen. I bet you'll bring in loads of customers with your nice faces. We'll be rolling in money, and we'll get to spend a bunch of time together. Doesn't it sound like fun? Doesn't it? Never snorts.
If you think being a maid is mere fun, then you do not understand the profession. Not that I expected anything more from you. You have no tact. Well, it's not the first time I've been told that. And I'm sure it won't be the last. It should go without saying that I'm not at all interested in your so-called business proposition. I find it insulting. I'm sure Milady will agree with me. Will you not, Milady? Never tries to address me, but her voice soon tails off. She frowns. Milady, what is it? Wait a minute. I'm thinking. But what is there to think about? Surely you are not interested in making this a proposition. It is insulting enough that she would ask Ellery and Theon to pretend to be maids, but I'm already one. I'm your maid. I cannot serve anybody else. I would sooner cut off my own hands. Please do not tell me you're interested in this proposition. Sorry, never. But Mandy's right. There really hasn't been much else to do lately. I've been so bored lately. But this should help break the tedium nicely. I've been waiting for something new and exciting to come my way. And this might be it. Milady!
Never gulps at me.
Surely you cannot be serious.
I'm quite serious. I don't say things I don't mean. You should know that by now, Never. I'd like to try this Maid Café thing out. And I want to see Theon and Ellery dressed up in maid outfits.
Aha! I knew you'd see it my way. You truly are a woman of culture, Viola.
It's Violet, but I guess I can let it slide for now. Maids really are wonderful, aren't they?
Oh yes! I love their pure white aprons.
Their long demure dresses.
Their cute head bows.
Their frilly knee-high stockings.
Their cute ruffy underwear.
Yeah! Maids are the best!
They really are. They're delicious like pastries.
Like strawberry shortcake.
Ah, I'm struggling to draw just think about it.
Never watches us silently. She looks perturbed but keeps quiet. As for Theon, meanwhile...
I don't really get it, but I'm game. I don't like dressing up that much, but if it's only for a little while, it should be okay. It might even be fun. I want to try being cute mate too.
Huh! As if... Never glares at Theon. Don't underestimate mates. We work long and hard to perfect our mannerism, which is something you could never do. You're far too unrefined to even pretend to be a maid, and you speak like a common peasant.
Maybe I don't speak all fancy like, but I can learn. I ain't completely useless. I think you'll be fine trying to speak posh like you do, Neve. I won't try it out. can't you teach me?
I can try, but I'm doubtful my tutelage would be of much use. No matter how much one polishes a clod of dirt, it will never become a diamond.
Well,
there is simply no way this will ever work. Never sighs. I understand that you love maids, milady. And that makes me happy, truly, it does. But you needn't ask Fiona to act in a role that does not suit her. You already have me. Am I not enough? You're more than enough, Never. As far as maids go, you are perfect. But perfection can get kind of stale. Fiona might be rough around the edges, but that's precisely why she'd make an interesting maid. I think Ellery would make a pretty nice maid too.
You do?
You always act so stern and serious. It'll be fun to see a new side of you. I want to hear you calling me milady like Never does. Now that would be something special.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I don't think I'm cut out to be a maid. I'm just a knight. I can fight, but that is about the extent of my talents. I can't brew tea neatly or serve snacks, and I don't even know how to curse properly. I wouldn't be very good at maid material. I just embarrass myself. We should leave these sorts of things to Never. Yes.
Where's your sense of adventure? You can argue as much as you like, but I've already decided. I want to do this, and I want us all to act as mates. And I want to do it together. I want to be a mate too.
Yes, you can do it. I'm sure you will look lovely in my outfit, Violet, what with your pale skin and your fair hair. People will love you.
But of course they will. I'm irresistible, after all. I will make your clientele adore me. They will all worship me. And they will never know that. All the while, it was the feared dark witch Viola who served them their drinks. They will be utterly ignorant. Never winces.
I don't like the sound of this. I don't like it one little bit, but I cannot disobey direct order from milady. If you are being earnest, and it's truly what you wish to do, then I suppose I'll have no choice but to bow to your whims. That is my duty, both as your maid and your lover. I just want to make you happy.
Never, please, can't you try and talk Viola out of this? I don't want to dress up as a maid. My apologies. But milady has already determined our fates. If she wishes us to be mates, that is what we must be. Ellery's face turns bright red. She looks so flustered. I swear I can see steam rising from her scalp. Maybe a little bit. Then, with an embarrassed moan, Ellery slumps on the floor. Has she fainted? I'm a little worried about Ellery, but I'm not so worried I would call this plan off. This is going to be so much fun!
I'm less confident myself. But if you have committed to this, I shall aid you every step of the way. Now, we should procure some uniforms. Do you have any prepared for us, matey? Not yet, no. I could get some custom ordered for if you let me take your measurements. There will be no need for that. Nobody needs to know milady's measurements but myself. They are all a well-kept secret.
Matey whistles.
Shh. You're awfully protective, aren't you? I'm only doing my duty as milady's maid. I must protect her from those who mean her harm. And I do not trust you. You are such a gossip. Full knowledge of milady's impressive endowment would spread across Linton were you to know of her capsize. Please, let me take care of the uniforms. I'm competent in my sewing abilities. I believe I can create something far better than any dressmaker. Ooh, you're offering your services now? I never thought you'd say that. You seemed so against the idea. I still am, but I'm doing this for milady's sake. I will make her a lovely dress that will display her charms to the fullest. I shall not sleep or eat until I have completed my goal.
That is the proof of my feelings for her.
Okay.
Later that night.
Nice!
Brand new look, achievement locked. Also, I think it's the first time we see her in glasses.
Alright, milady, please keep still. It's quite tricky and I wouldn't want to stab you with my sewing needle. If I blemished even a millimeter of your beautiful skin, I would never forgive myself. In penance, I would have to poke this needle in my own eyes and gouge them out.
You're intense as always, I see. I appreciate your loyalty, Neve, but you don't need to inflict grievous bodily harm on yourself to prove a point. I would very much prefer it if both your lovely eyes remained intact.
Oh, milady, you are too kind to me.
I'm not that kind, you're just too hard on yourself.
Well, maybe. My apologies. I will endeavor to be less intense, as you termed it, in the future. I would not wish to unnerve you. I only want to know that my feelings for you are unwavering. I might have turned on you once, but I was not truly in my right frame of mind. The Neve you see before you loves you dearly, and that will never change.
I know. You make it quite apparent, don't worry. You're not to blame for the things you said and did when we went to the underworld. You acted on your true feelings, but they were distorted by Yona. You did nothing wrong.
Are you sure?
I am quite sure. Don't let it bother you, Neve.
I'm trying not to. But how can I? I said so many awful things to you.
Neve's voice trails away. She kisses her sewing, then surveys me with a mournful look.
I know it has been several months since it transpired, but I cannot shake my residual guilt. If you had not been able to snap me out of it, then...
But I did, and you're fine. You caused no real harm, so don't fret.
If only it were that easy. I can't stop thinking about what might have happened if I had hurt you. I never would have been able to live with myself. I never knew until that day that I carried so much hatred around inside of me. It was scary. When I came to, I felt as though I did not truly know myself.
Neve is referring to an incident which occurred when we faced off against the fallen goddess Yona in the underworld, Sakura MMO 3. Playlist below. Or we get a flashback. Yona was in the position of an enchanted mirror, which had the power to lay one's hidden feelings bare. She turned this mirror upon Neve, who was entranced by it. Neve soon fell under Yona's spell, and she succumbed to the dark feelings she had tried to suppress in her heart for so many years. The light died in Neve's eyes, and she turned into Yona's puppet. In a peak of overwhelming rage, she even threatened to hurt me. Things could have gone south very, very easily had I said anything to provoke Neve's anger further. But I said nothing. I trusted that Neve would come to her senses if given a bit of time. And to my relief, she did. She was able to throw off Yona's enchantment without any intervention on my part, and she helped me fight her. After that, she apologized profusely for turning against me. I told her that it was fine, but Neve obviously doesn't think so. She keeps dwelling on the moment, and I'm afraid she's unable to forgive herself or to move on. Neve might be bold and headstrong, but she's more delicate than she looks. I think she was more hurt by her brief betrayal than I was. We all have aspects of our character that they don't like. None of us are perfect, no matter how we might pretend to the contrary. You shouldn't be ashamed of your darker emotions, Neve. But the things I said to you were rooted in truth. I did take you for granted once, so it is only natural you would feel slighted. I have since tried to change my ways for. Whoops. We both have our issues, but we can work through them together. That is what being a couple is about.
Oh, me lady.
Never sniffs.
Thank you for being so understanding.
I do my best. I'll protect you, no matter what. I'll even protect you from yourself if you continue castigating yourself in such a manner. As your mistress, I'm the only one who should be allowed to hear your cries of pain. Yeah, oh, I guess the sadistic part of her character is showing now.
Milady.
Never returns my smile with one of her own.
Thank you. That is more than I deserve.
It's exactly what you deserve. I won't let you say otherwise. You're not just my mate, but my girlfriend. And I love you.
Of course, I love you too. I have a lot, and I'm strive to meet your expectations. Now please relax. I'll sew you a wonderful dress that will show off your charm like nothing else.
I don't know if there are any differences between those two. There is a difference of colors. Like the ribbons. And yeah.
I can't wait to see it.
I know I'm in good hands when I'm with you. Never resumes her work on my dress. She is focusing so hard her tongue is poking out of her mouth, and her eyes are now in concentration. She is even wearing glasses to add to the studious aura she is exuding. The glasses look very cute on Neva actually. Her dark frame is sleek and fashionable, and the lenses enlarge her already big, dewy eyes. She looks like a little professor. She's adorable. But does make me wonder. I never knew you needed glasses, Neva. Do you have problems with your eyesight?
No, there isn't really anything wrong with them. This fiddly work, it's all. I have a lot of neat little stitches to do, and the thread I'm using is of similar core to the fabric. I need these glasses to help magnify things. It should help reduce any mistakes.
Ah, I see. Of course we are going to compliment. Why wouldn't we? Compliment. Neves. Glasses. Choice 4 written down. Well, in any case, those glasses suit you.
Really?
They make you look very charming. She's very charming already, though. I've never been a big glass person. Same, I guess. Kind of. But I think I'm starting to see their appeal. I mean, there is appeal, yeah. It's amazing that a single pair of frames can put such fresh twist on Neves' already abundant appeal. Be still, my beating heart. Neve dips her head. Her cheeks are pale pink.
I'm sorry, milady, but it's kind of embarrassing when you stare at me like that.
But you look so cute, Neve. It would be a waste not to stare. I cannot help it.
I don't know if I'm that good, mate. Certainly I'm less cute than you. But thank you. That makes me very happy. If you like this glass so much, I would not oppose to wearing them more often.
Oh, now there is an idea. We could indulge in all sorts of fun roleplay with them.
Roleplay?
You can be a shy honor student, and I can be your teacher. How does that sound?
I've never had any teachers before, so I'm sure if I could satisfactorily act the part, but if that is what you want, milady, I shall try.
I knew you'd say that. Good girl. I really want to pat Neve's head, but I can't. She's still busy working on my dress, and I don't want to jostle her. The maid's dress is almost finished, actually. It needs a few extra ruffles here and there, but I think it's already looking lovely. I should probably tell Neva that. You know, you've done a good job with this dress. I'm fond of it already.
Thank you. I'm glad to hear you say that, milady. But it's too soon for you to judge it. It's nowhere near finished yet.
It looks finished enough to me.
No. It's nowhere near good enough to grace your body, milady. I am impressed that I had to ask you to model for me, given its current complete state, but alas, it is necessary. The basic shape is done. There are several more details I wish to add. There needs to be much more lace, and maybe a white bow around the back.
There is one for.
Oh, to add some cute buttons. There are some for. And maybe some piping about the hem and the sleeves.
Piping? Okay, I don't know what that means.
Speaking of which, maybe should be a bit longer and perhaps the top part should be poofier. It might be nice to add some embroidered detailing to the collar too.
Wow, you're so serious about this?
But of course, this dress is for you, milady. You deserve nothing less than perfection. If I made you something shoddy or half-hearted, I would no longer have the right to call myself your mate.
Alright then, sue to your heart's content. But don't push yourself too hard. You need to sleep eventually.
Yes, of course, but it's a given. I would not be able to make a suitable gourmet if I was exhausted. I'll get an appropriate amount of sleep, so do not worry.
I have some doubts about that actually. Neva is a hard worker, but like Larry, she has a nasty habit of pushing herself too far. I don't want her getting fatigue over a dress, of all things. I guess I'll have to keep a close eye on her, to ensure she doesn't burn out. Ready for? I'm surprised you were working so hard on this dress, when you were the most opposed to the idea of us working at that Maid Café.
I still am opposed to the idea. If I had my way, you would have turned that insolent Maid down. But it's too late for regrets. You already gave Maid your word. You have committed to this venture, so I will do everything I can to help you. That is what I ought to do, as your mate. For it would be a lie if I said it does not vex me.
What vexes you in particular?
Everything about the concept of Maid Café for one.
Never pouts.
But what really upsets me is the thought of you serving others. You are the great dark witch Viola. You have powers most could only dream of. You are elegant, refined, and incredibly talented. As such, you have no reason to bow or scrape the masses.
Who said she has to? I mean, she might do the maid serving and so on, but she might act rough towards the customers.
You are too good for such a menial position. I think it would be better if you used that ruby necklace of yours. You could summon a horde of undead to help in the cafe. Then you would have an infinite army of soulless husks to do the bidding, and you wouldn't need to dirty your own hands. That would be a very practical solution to make this problem.
Well, I laugh. I hadn't thought of using my necromancy magic for such thing. I wonder how that would work. I conjure up a mental image of an army of skeletal warriors, all attired in freely made dresses. These skeletons hold trays aloft, upon which are piled cute cakes and glasses of refreshing strawberry soda. The skeletons hand these sweet treats to their customers, who jerk emotions, then shamble off to collect the next batch of orders. Unfortunately, skeletons aren't the most coordinated beings. They don't have eyes, which doesn't lend itself well to carrying the service industry. These freely berry-bound skeleton mates, in my mind, soon encounter problems. They trip over their own feet while dishing out orders, and smash, they splinter into pieces. A skull comes untethered from a neck and rolls beneath the table like a bowling ball. These skeletons try to get up, but they stumble anew. Some grope about on the floor full of stray ribs, all in vain. The customers meanwhile are getting scared. They cry in horror An old woman faints, or they just laughed their ass off. A man making a mad dash for the exit screams, "This is nightmare! It's like the apocalypse! I just wanted some cute girls! Why am I being punished so?" Alas, he is unable to escape the confines of the cafe of the living dead. A felt skeleton pulls itself off the ground, its mate's attire crumpled, and lurches at him with outstretched fingers. Ah! What if I opened a maid/butler cafe in Poland? That probably wouldn't work. Yeah, I think there's a few problems with that suggestion of yours, Neve. I felt this cow. A skeleton maid would probably be better than Fion. At least skeletons can't talk like she does. Well, you're not wrong about that. But I think for most patrons of these cafes, having maids who can speak to you would be a bonus. Not when it comes to Fion. Moreover, skeletons are very practical. You would not need to pay them. Their free labor would cut the running costs of this cafe by a huge margin. That's true. I suppose that's true, yeah. Skeletons aren't really known for their ability to haggle over salaries. They don't even need salaries, being decreased and all. Money might be the lubrication it keeps society running, but its worth is soon depleted once you cross over to the other side. In that sense, they'd make wonderful employees. I know a lot of companies and franchises that would replace all their current employees with my skeleton in a heartbeat. But they're really not cut out for being mates. I'm sorry, but we'll have to shelve your idea, Neve. I'm not going to use my skeletons to ride Maid's Cafe, and that is final. I'm certain the people of Linton would rather have cute girls serve them than I believe I am well suited to such a role. Don't you think I'm cute, Neve? Yes, you are! You are very, very, very cute! But that's part of the problem. Neve puts down her thread and needle, then gets to her feet. She stares at me and cries. You're so cute! I'm afraid you will be too popular with Maid's clients. I want them flirting with you, and I especially don't want them taking you away from me. The thought makes me feel incredibly, indescribably jealous. I want you to look as good as possible, so I'm working hard to make a beautiful dress. But by the same token, I don't want anybody else realizing how lovely you are. I understand her. I feel so conflicted. Oh, never. I mean, I understand her. I really do. I smile and shake my head, amused by my mates fusing. It looks like the night's fitting session has been suspended, so I remove the half-finished maid dress from my body via magic. Wheel. Then I cast spell and cloak myself in my witch's garb once more. Wheel. Now, dressed in my usual attire and feeling rather more like myself, I approach my sniffling maid. She's worked herself up so much, it looks like she really might be crying. You don't need to worry about that. It does not matter how many people fall for me or how many people profess their undying love to me. I am, and will always be, your mistress. You are more important to me than anybody else in the world. Fionn and Ellery accepting. I would never turn my back on you. Really, milady? Yes, really. I'm being quite sincere. Oh, good. Thank goodness. I was getting worried, but maybe I was being foolish. You often are, dear, but don't worry. I'm quite accustomed to it. I've grown to accept your breakdowns as part and parcel of your delightful persona. Never takes off her glasses, then wipes her eyes with the back of her arm. They look very pink about the edges, like a rabbit's. I apologize for this shameful display. It seems I have made a fool out of myself yet again. For all my posturing, I really am a bad maid. No, you're not. You're nothing of the sort. There is no better, more dutiful maid than you. Now please don't fret, so all will be fine. We'll work at Maid's Cafe together. You, Ellery, Fionn, and I, as we'll enjoy ourselves. It will make a nice change from fighting monsters, and I'm sure our bond will grow stronger than ever. It will be a lovely experience. I'm still somewhat skeptical about it, to be quite honest.
but I know you're serious about this venture, so I will stop naysaying. I'll try to stop worrying too, and I'll stop crying. You will always be my mistress, but I will serve these new customers to the best of my ability. I will even try to smile, for my heart will always be with you. How does that sound?
It sounds perfect. Thank you very much, Neve. You really are a hard worker.
Of course. I'll do anything for you, milady, and I do mean anything. I love you. Just, please let me stay by your side, and please let me remain as your maid. That is all I desire.
Of course you'll be my maid. That should go without saying. Don't stress so. Why don't you let me console you, Pat or hug? Let's go with a hug. Why not? Why wouldn't I? Give. Never. Hug. It's the 5th choice already, by the way. I'll open my arms wide and Never throws herself against my chest. Lucky. She buries her face against my front, sniffing anew, and winds her arms about at my tight.
Milady, oh milady, I really do love you. And I love you, silly Neve.
Neve is so close to me. I can smell her fruity shampoo. Her scent is comforting, and I sigh with contentment as I hold her close. I'm sure no matter what happens, my feelings for Neve will never waver. She can be quite intense at times, but that doesn't make me love her any less. In fact, it makes me want to cling to her all the more. She's simply too adorable. Okay, it says 3 days later. So we'll find out what's happening 3 days later tomorrow in the next episode. For now, hope you enjoyed, hope to see you there, and of course have a wonderful day. Bye bye.